20 common mistakes for you to avoid when you come to San Diego. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Jeff Graham. Welcome to the show today.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here in San Diego.
Jeff has a channel called Photo Walks TV, where he takes you on all the best spots to take photos in cities around the world and tells you how to take them. The first mistake that you should avoid when you come to San Diego is booking a hotel and trusting the description too much about what it's near. A lot of hotels will say they're near the San Diego Zoo or they're near SeaWorld. And you know what, there's actually no hotels near the zoo or near SeaWorld. Like everything is like a couple miles away. So make sure you actually Google map it, see where that is. If you want the Ocean View Hotel, make sure it's one that has an ocean view and isn't like on the other side of a highway from the ocean.
And we see a lot of that where I live in LA, where it says the Hollywood Hotel and it's actually in another city. Or it's by the beach. It's just 5 miles from the beach.
All right, Jeff, what do you think is the second mistake that people should avoid when they come to San Diego?
Thinking that when you come to the California's second largest city, that you could see it in a day, or even two. There is a lot here, and you can't possibly, you might be able to do 2 or 3 things in a day. I would look at least 4, maybe 5, and you'd have a really nice little time.
The third mistake you should avoid when you come to San Diego is thinking the best Mexican food is in Old Town San Diego. There's a lot of Mexican food there, but it's some of the most touristy, really. Now, there's some spots that I like. I like the Old Town Mexican Cafe, but you know what? For a lot of places, when you see the mariachi bands, they have them there because, well, the food's just not that good.
Let's remind people, how close are we to Mexico? We're at 15 miles, I
believe.
Yeah,
we're very close to Mexico. On a clear day, you could almost see it down that way, actually.
So you don't have to go to Old Town for Mexican food. You can go anywhere.
There's fantastic Mexican food everywhere.
Right.
In particular, there's taco shops on almost every street corner. And one of the, how you know it's taco shop Mexican food, if it's got Birdos at the end. There's the whole Roberto's empire. Roberto's, Alberto's, Filiberto's, Adalberto's. It's become such a synonymous name with the San Diego taco shop. If it's got Birdos, it's probably pretty good food.
Okay. Don't fall, number 4.
Yeah.
For the red and white tablecloths in Little Italy, because it may look authentic, but it's not going to taste as great as you would hope. There are a lot of great Italian restaurants in Little Italy. Sadly, I didn't go to one of them last night.
Which one did you go to last night, Jeff?
Filippi's?
Filippi's, yeah. Yes. Yeah, you'll see a long line of Filippi's, and it's one that line will fail you because that line is just, it's full of tourists.
I think it was the Little Italy version of Old Town Mexican.
Oh yeah, right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It just wasn't great, but it was comfy.
Yeah. My favorite in Little Italy is Mona Lisa. It's got an Italian market. It kind of looks a little bit like Filippi's, except it's the good version of it. The fifth mistake is coming to San Diego and not renting a car. San Diego is such a huge place that if you really want to see the really nice beaches that are up in North County, you want to go to SeaWorld, you want to go to Legoland, the public transportation really doesn't go to those places. Yes, San Diego does have a trolley. The trolley goes downtown and it goes to the Mexican border, and it just doesn't really go that many places that tourists want to go. So I recommend getting a car.
Yes,
Jeff,
definitely.
You bring a car with you, right?
My 2 highlights from this trip, Sunset Cliffs,
yeah,
which no public transportation was going to take you to. Maybe you could take an Uber there. And then the lighthouse, the historic lighthouse up the hill. You're just not going to get there without a car.
Yeah. If for some reason you don't have a car, then do plan to spend a lot of your time on Uber and Lyft to get you places. The bus just isn't going to cut it.
Yeah, and let's talk about traffic.
Yeah, what about traffic?
You guys have some nice traffic here.
We do. So I think the worst traffic, there's certainly morning traffic for the morning rush. The worst traffic is definitely the afternoon rush, 4 to 6 p.m. Worst traffic, Fridays, starts probably at 1 p.m., goes to 6 p.m. If you're coming to San Diego from LA, you want to avoid Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. And then if you're going back to LA, you want to avoid Sunday night because everybody from LA came in on Friday and Saturday, and then they go back on Sunday night.
Yeah, I came here at 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning and got here at 8:30.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And if Jeff would have come on Friday at 3 p.m., he would have never done it, but it would have taken him 6 hours instead of the little less than 2.
Yeah.
Mistake number 7 is trying to park downtown on a baseball game night. If the Padres are playing at Petco Park, there's going to be no parking downtown. There's just not enough for cars, and they expect people to take the trolley. And so if you're there for the ball game, take an Uber, take a Lyft. That's when you don't want to bring your rental car, even if you have one. And if you are trying to park there, you need to reserve parking spots ahead of time. What's another mistake you think people make when they come to San Diego, Jeff?
Sleeping too late.
Yeah.
You know, sleep at home. You know, there's too much to see here, too much to do. And you're going to get your best parking spots. You'll actually get one in the morning. You're not going to get it later in the day. You'll get into a restaurant. You'll get into the theme park. I mean, so many things that you could do. You're going to go to SeaWorld. Don't go there at 3 in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, right. Get there early, too.
Get there early. And then go take a nap later.
Right.
And also, photography-wise, since I do have the photography channel, you get your best photos in the morning. Get out really early and then take a nap.
Yeah. Least crowds, too. If you want to get that photo with nobody behind you, morning's the time when nobody else is there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, the next mistake is drinking alcohol on the beach. It used to be legal in San Diego like a decade ago, but it is no longer. Mission Beach, Ocean Beach, Pacific Beach, you can drink alcohol in a bar overlooking the sand, but not on the sand itself.
Ditto for LA County and Orange County.
Yeah. It was a thing that people used to love about coming to San Diego, but there was one year that things just got way too out of hand, and so no more alcohol on the beach.
So visit the bars. The cool thing is you got the beach here, you got the bars right over there. Not hard.
For sure. Yeah, if you want to drink, it's not hard to do. Jeff, what about people taking photos with the sunset behind them?
Taking pictures of themselves with the sun behind them. With the sunset?
Yes.
Can't be done.
Right.
It's just impossible unless they have lighting.
Yeah.
So one tip is that if you have a bunch of friends there who have smartphones, turn on the flashlight app and illuminate them that way, and you'll be able to see their faces, because otherwise they're going to be a silhouette.
Yeah, that's good. As someone who grew up in San Diego, constantly when I'm at the beach at this hour, and right now there's a cloud bank behind us, which makes it so we can do this video, but people hand me their phone and say, can you take a picture of us like this? And I'll be like, if you want a shadow, you know? Yeah.
A silhouette.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But, you know, my experience is people love being at the beach, and they don't care.
Yeah.
They're just happy that they're there. So they're not that disappointed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
But you hire a professional photographer. He or she will bring some lighting with them.
All right. That's your second pro tip. If you want that photo, get a photographer with some lighting.
Yeah.
Mistake number 11 is getting too close to the seals in La Jolla. There are these seals, and they're natural. They live there. They mate there. And if you get too close to them, they really don't like it. And there was actually this viral video of people getting chased around by these seals because they wanted to take a selfie and they got too close. So give them their space and don't do it. And what happened to our backdrop?
I think they drove away.
They drove away. That's another mistake, is don't do a mistake. Don't have your background in front of a lifeguard truck because they actually move.
They will sometimes actually go to work.
They do have to go to work.
Yeah.
Thank you, lifeguards, for keeping us safe. Was there another mistake in La Jolla that you wanted to share with us, Jeff?
Oh, yes. Don't go to the La Jolla Pier thinking you're going to stand on it and walk across it like most other piers you've ever been to in your life, because there's a big gate with a padlock on it. You ain't going on it. You can go under the pier. You cannot go on the pier.
Yeah. The pier in La Jolla is owned by Scripps Research Institute. It's a research pier for the university, not a public pier, fishing pier like the rest of the piers here.
Yeah, but you can get great pictures under the pier. It was really cool. Yeah. And it's different. Like my pier in Manhattan Beach is wood. Yeah. This pier is concrete.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And a lot shorter, I think. The Scripps pier is pretty short.
Yeah. Since we're talking piers, I think the one in Pacific Beach was the most interesting here because it has a hotel on it with multiple units. Yeah. And that's a long walk as well. It's really nice. I like the picture from Crystal Pier back onto the beach with the kind of like cottages in the foreground and the beach in the background. Yeah, it's cool. Mistake number 13 is getting a tattoo after a long night of hitting the bars. The tattoo parlors in San Diego, they are strategically placed next to all of San Diego's most popular drinking spots. Right, and this is said by somebody who is a veteran of having tattoos. Let's see them. Not me, but I've heard from a number of people that have come to San Diego and gotten their tattoos after a long night of the bars. And it's kind of hard to wash them off. Yeah, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it takes more work. The next one is don't get fooled when you're driving in East County that the weather that you're seeing over there will be the same at the beach. It gets foggy at the beach, it gets cooler at the beach. That's why people come here generally in the summertime, because it is cooler. But inland is way hotter. Number 15 is driving to the beach on a summer afternoon. It is really busy at the beach in the summer, and the parking lots, because the parking's free, all fill up by about 10 a.m. And so if you're coming in the afternoon, the parking's full. People are trying to get into the parking lots. You're gonna be backed up miles out in the freeway.
just trying to get to the beach, don't even bother if that's when you're going.
I just need to back up for a second. Did you say the parking is free at all the San Diego beaches?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Kind of unusual. Where I live, it doesn't act that way.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It's all free at the beach cities.
When there is a sign that says the beach is closed, the sign is up there for a reason. The waves are deadly. The waves can really hurt and they can kill you. And there's a reason that the lifeguard who is paid to save people's lives, that they put up those signs.
Yeah, there's another one as a regular beachgoer in San Diego, I'll see the people who aren't from here going like, that's okay, they just run out into the water. And then I look 3 minutes later at the lifeguards have to go get them. So they are definitely there for a reason.
Yeah.
Mistake number 17 is trying to find good food near the beach. I know Mission Beach here is my favorite beach. I generally don't eat here. The food is really kind of touristy garbage in the beach cities. At least every once in a while you can find a hidden gem, but some of the best places to eat, Little Italy, really great spot to eat, not at Felipe's. Also some really good food spots, Hillcrest, North Park, and if you're looking for Asian food, Convoy Street's basically like San Diego's Asia Town.
But if you like cheap tacos.
Anywhere
Yeah,
you'll get cheap
anywhere.
tacos.
Okay.
Yeah, even here actually you'll get good cheap tacos.
Next tip, don't forget to put your sunscreen on in the summertime on a hot day, or you'll get sunburn. It's kind of obvious. That's what happens at a beach city, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's one where there's so many people that aren't prepared for A, the bright sun, and B, the sun that reflects off the water and reflects off the sand, that they're like, on the second day of their San Diego vacation, they're now a lobster because they're all sunburned and everything hurts, and so don't let that be you. Mistake number 19 is thinking that the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Safari Park are the same place or even near each other, and they are two different parks with animals in them, and they're quite far from each other. The San Diego Zoo is in Balboa Park, world famous San Diego Zoo, and I think the better of the two actually. And then the Safari Park is 20 miles north in Escondido. It used to be called the Wild Animal Park. I guess both have wild animals, but Safari Park, because it's got much more big open enclosures, so the animals, aren't in kind of small pens. They're in big open areas. You really need 2 separate days to see those two things.
And a rental car.
And a rental car. Yeah, there's no public transportation
Because
getting
if you
to
want
the
to throw
Safari
in
Park.
SeaWorld, that's 3 big drives.
It sure is.
Yeah, and you'll pay for parking in all of them too, right?
You'll pay for parking at SeaWorld, but you won't pay for parking at the San Diego Zoo. Now, Balboa Park, free parking.
So I get the last
You get the last one.
So the last one is the big mistake would be leaving your passport at home. You're 15 miles from another country. It's not the safest country, but you are still 15 miles from another country. And here in San Diego, you have 2 options. You could drive across the border, sit at the gate for hours and hours and hours and hope to get in, or you could actually park at the border and walk over the bridge if you have your passport, because the passport will get you back into the United States.
Yeah, and definitely. So those are actually 2 mistakes as the bonus for number 20, which is forgetting your passport and driving across the border to Mexico. Don't drive, walk. So much better, so much faster. And you know what? Sometimes if you're coming from Latin America, you might even consider flying into Tijuana Airport instead of flying into San Diego Airport. And then there's a bridge that you can cross from Tijuana Airport into San Diego, so you can avoid the crazy border crossing if you're driving.
Is there a rental facility across the border that the people from Latin America who had just flown in with their luggage could go rent a car?
I don't think so, right there. I think they got to take a taxi or an Uber or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
All
right. Well, fellow explorers, thank you for tuning in today. Jeff, thank you for being on the show.
Happy to be here.
A lot of fun. And fellow explorers, you should definitely check out more of Jeff's videos. You'll find the link here on the screen to the video that we shot together here for Jeff's San Diego guide, and you'll also find a link to his fabulous PhotoWalks TV channel.
YouTube.com/PhotoWalksTV.
And if you watch that video, you'll see us ride the Giant Dipper roller coaster that we're going over right now.
Yeah, it's a little crazy, but it was worth it.